what triggers economic insecurity. Now that's legit. That's in there. That's in there. Say well, it's just the general fear, but I think one of it is that the economy and the stock market aren't the same thing, and that many people are not. Well, it goes into stuff we talk about all the time. Like, people are not in tune to their economic realities too. Like, people are just not. I talk. We talk about all the time. Like, come on, man. People don't really know how much money they need to live. There are people that make good money that live paycheck to paycheck because they keep buying stuff. So, yeah, like they, so it's a paycheck to paycheck mentality, but it's triggered by, once again, advertising and stuff. I mean, we have a, we call it keeping up with the Joneses. We call it a bunch of things. We call it keeping up, or I should have this. I deserve that. I work hard. I should have this, this, and that. And a lot of times we spend beyond our needs. Credit is easier. Is starting to tighten up a little bit right now, but credit is easy to obtain. So you can buy now, pay in 2026. Without you paying attention, it's easy to say, oh, I got $300, this $300 a month, I can handle that.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next weekend you go out, oh, $200 a month, I can handle that. Mm-hmm. But you really up to $500 a month. You know what I'm saying? So you don't think. So that's where this economic, in my opinion, economic insecurity comes from that, because then you don't think about people don't think about the spend size. We talk about it in business. You go business wise. Look, it's very simple. And to increase profit, you either increase the revenue or decrease the expenses. Simplified. And decreasing expenses is not natural in people's personal lives. Mm-hmm. It's not natural in business life. But it's the difference from good to great. That's not in the book, Good to Great, but I just say I'll say that. There's the difference. Like, how do you fuse? How do you step back? How do you
go into to your point, and you got to go into to your $300 point. Oh, I can handle that, and then down the road you pick up another payment of something because you think you can handle it, right? I mean, we're talking, cause and effect here. But I mean, to the specifics, I think that he was looking for is, it triggers job loss, people losing their jobs all over the place, reduced income, low wages, medical issues, medical insurance, right? The possibility of recession. Gas is low right now, so that should be helping people's pockets a little bit, especially for those that drive every day. You know what I'm saying? So you say, we are at a discord with each other as people. So then we talk about, again, the societal issues, right? Societal insecurities and discrimination and hate and rage and fear, right? So those things contribute to the minutia, right? To the music that's being created behind.
Yeah.
Because then now people they don't know which way to go because there's so much coming at them. There's so much. If it was one thing and you deal with that one thing, you focus on. But it's so, and now it's broken down into very tiny syllables or symbols. It's like music. You know what I mean? You hear a great beat. and you don't know what's behind it. All you know, it sounds good to your ears. If you have great speakers, you're gonna get the robust. You're gonna get the in betweens, the highs, the lows, the fades out, the fades in, and all the other terminology that's used when you make music guy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean, I got you. Yeah, I'm not in that capacity today, but
yeah,
I do.
yeah. So,
No, well, I do absolutely, and just to build on that, part of it is because what I said about people not necessarily knowing their reality or knowing where they are. There's certain things that and I'm talking everyday economics, not economic theory or something like that. I'm saying every day. When you do some statistical analysis, and I've done it briefly, let's step back. We had this big thing about inflation earlier this year, like it was something new, but it happened to go up 7% for whatever reason. Now, people historically, inflation is kind of goes up because of the it's a pressure of the economy, how things are working. But there's other economic triggers that people don't realize. So, like for instance, wage growth has not kept up with basic inflation and cost of living in like 50 years. So, like straight up, like it just has not kept up. That's why when these terms living wage and affordable housing and all that, those are subjective terms for objective situations. Like is crazy, and it's because in the United States, number one, no one tells anybody what they make, because it's a characteristic of you. The amount of money you make is a characteristic in the United States. Like it's characteristic. Yo, he's paid. Yo, he's a bum. Yo, he broke. Oh, getting cake. It's a characteristic. Like that's what it is. So no one wants to expose themselves and say, hey, so what's the characteristic based on? It's based on external stuff. Because I can't possibly know, you don't walk up and be like, hey, my name is Corey Franklin. Here's my personal financial statement. How you doing? No one's gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? No one's like, even if you do have it, you're not gonna tell nobody. So, you have all these internal factors that I think we headed to the end of the line of people being satiated just with whatever. I think that's part of, like you say, to answer the insecurity, is that people don't consciously know it, but I think that the system, or whatever you want to call it, knows that we got to do something, because people want to start adding 1 + 1. If they start, most people don't have the 1 on the paper yet. So if they put the 1 down and then they start adding up the other 1, which would probably take another 50 years, but you got 1 year, and then you saying, wait a minute, because you mentioned it, the gas is down, but the groceries are up. Everybody get a turn.